These are the basics for modulation. What is modulation all about? Basics of modulation, how this will actually start. Okay, so basics of modulation. So case 1, what I will do, case 1, if we have exponential signal, exponentially decreasing signal, in mathematics you have studied, so let the signal name be g of t, and the equation, okay, for this diagram is e power minus at u of t. E power minus at u of t is the equation. Name of the signal, simply I am giving g of t. Okay, and if you apply Fourier transform for this, if you apply Fourier transform for this, what is the formula for Fourier transform? In frequency domain, we will write g of f, and it is equal to integration g of t e power minus j omega t dt. This you studied in mathematics, as well as it will be repeated in signals and system, which you are going to do in this semester. And here it is minus infinite to plus infinite. If you use this formula, okay, and the diagram for g of s will come like this. Diagram for g of s, g of f will come something like this. Okay, and this is g of f diagram. How to get this diagram? First of all, you will calculate the RHS, and it will be something like 1 by j omega plus a, 1 by j omega plus a. Okay, and omega is nothing but 2 pi f plus a. You have to prepare a tabular column. What is the magnitude of g of f? Okay, and what is the phase angle of g of f? And here for frequency, you have to give minus infinite, minus 100, minus 10, minus 5, minus 2, and then 0, plus 2, plus 5, plus 10, plus 100, and plus infinity. If you take like this, okay, and here you will be getting some values. How to calculate mod of g of f? Mod of g of f. A plus jb modulus is nothing but square root of a square plus b square. All this you know in plus 1 plus 2 itself. Now in the numerator I have 1, so modulus is 1. Denominator I have j 2 pi f plus a. So it will become, okay, if I take omega, it will become omega square plus a square. Otherwise, in the place of omega, you can write 2 pi f whole square plus a square. Now this is equation 1. And for this equation, you are preparing a tabular column. All these dots using calculator, if you do, you will get some values. Okay, and those values, if you make a plot, this is the diagram you will be getting. Directly I am drawing the diagram. Okay, at origin, then at plus 2, plus 5, plus 10, plus 100, plus infinity, minus 2, minus 5, minus 10, minus 100, minus infinity. If you take x-axis frequency, y-axis, these dots are nothing but y-axis values, which I have put dots in the tabular column also. Okay, so this is a rough diagram, the fashion of diagram. All this you have studied in this Fourier transform in mathematics. Okay, this is called magnitude response. Okay, so if you don't remember also, no problem. The main thing what you have to remember from this discussion is time domain, this diagram, and frequency domain, this diagram. Only 2 points I want you to remember. No equations, no background procedure, nothing required as of now. Okay, just I have done a recall how this diagram has come. Now I am going to case 2. Okay, in case 2, what I will do, I will take a rectangular signal or a pulse signal. Minus t to plus t, origin, and then let the name of the signal be g of t itself. Okay, so here you can see, here also I have given equation g of t. Next diagram also I am giving name g of t only, and x-axis is time. If you write equation for this g of t, height, let me take it as 1. Height is 1 between minus t to plus t. And height is 0 otherwise. This is the equation for this diagram. Okay, so now if you apply Fourier transform, straight directly I will put the diagram. Okay, no need of calculations and all. In frequency domain, we will name it as g of f, and same formula, minus infinite to plus infinite, signal into e power minus j omega t dt. This is the formula we will use. And here the diagram what we will be getting is, it is like a sinusoidal, okay, and maximum amplitude at the origin, and height will decrease. Height will decrease. This is the diagram for g of f. Okay, this is the diagram for g of f. X-axis parameter is f. Okay, this also slowly in a Fourier transform only we have to apply the formula, then calculate, prepare tabular column. Okay, then we will get something like this. Now from this diagram, what you have to remember is no equations. Just remember this diagram and how the frequency domain will come. Okay, how the frequency domain will come. This is time domain. This is time domain. So we are writing g of t. This is frequency domain. This is frequency domain. We are writing g of f. Okay. So, but there is less information in the side lobes. Main lobe means the center one. Main lobe means the center one. Side lobes, there is less amount of information. Okay. Side lobes, there is less amount of information. This is y-axis. Just 1 minute, I will draw it. Okay, here I have, this is the y-axis. Okay, now main lobe means the center one. Side lobe means the decreasing sinusoidal on either side. Decreasing sinusoidal on either side. Okay, so what I will do, I will make it cut short. I will make it cut short. Only the center diagram I will take. Maximum information is here. Okay, so this be the g of f. Let g of f diagram be like this, because side lobes only less amount of information is there. Main lobe more information is there. So I will take, this is the diagram for g of f. This is the diagram for g of f. Okay. Now what I will do, I will go with the extension. You remember this diagram, be the final. Okay, final diagram for time domain, left side diagram is there. Now I will go with another case. Now I will go with another case. What we understood, this is the diagram minus t to plus t. Diagram minus t to plus t. Okay, height may be anything, capital A or 1, whatever you want, you can put. Its frequency domain is, what I got, based on the final assumption, it is g of f diagram. Okay, 0. Just remember the diagram. No need to worry about the x-axis, y-axis points. Now, I will make the diagram width less compared to previous. I will take it minus t by 4 to plus t by 4. Okay, width is reduced. Time domain g of t width is reduced. Time domain width is reduced. Now what happens to this? It will become something like this. It will not touch x-axis. G of f, now it will not touch x-axis. Okay. Still if you reduce, very narrow. Still if you reduce, very narrow. Okay, minus t by 16. Roughly I am writing plus t by 16. If this is my g of t, this is my g of t. Okay. So this diagram will still become like this. Okay, this is g of f. It will not touch x-axis. It will move away from x-axis, trying to become horizontal. Trying to become horizontal. Okay. So next what I will do, one more case I will do. If I take time domain, if I take time domain, strictly a straight line, width is very small. Okay, width is very small. If this is my g of t, this is my g of t, then in the frequency domain, it will be exactly a horizontal line. G of f, exactly a horizontal line. Okay, this is the diagram. X-axis, y-axis, and this thick one is the diagram. Okay, so now what I have done in case 3. In case 3, I have gone with A, B, C, D, 4 cases. Okay, and here, this is called impulse signal. This is called impulse signal. Okay, very narrow, width approaches 0. We cannot tell equal to 0. Okay, width is slowly decreased. ABC cases, width is slowly decreases. In D, width is almost approaching 0. Okay, I will write width almost approaches 0 here. Width almost approaches 0. And here signal is a horizontal line. In the frequency domain, signal is a horizontal line. This is time domain, this is time domain, and this is frequency domain. Time domain, frequency domain. In frequency domain, bandwidth, okay, is infinity. Here width approaches 0, which means time domain. Okay, time approaches 0. Time approaches 0. On the other side, bandwidth means it is involved with frequency only. Frequency approaches infinite. Frequency approaches infinite on the frequency domain. Okay, so this is what we observed. This is what we observed here. Okay, now we have seen case 2. Now in case 3, ABCD. ABCD. Okay, so finally, I want you to remember only one thing. In time domain, the name is G of T. In frequency domain, the name is G of F. You need not remember any of these diagrams. No need to by heart any of these diagrams. I will tell you whichever important. Okay. Now coming to, in this entire slide, I have put this tick mark. Okay, I have put tick mark. Only those diagrams you remember, put tick mark. And then this is the impulse signal. I am putting tick mark. Remember this diagram, impulse signal. And then its frequency domain representation. Only tick mark you remember. Okay. So time domain, frequency domain. This is the final thing you have to remember. In G of T, time domain, and G of F is frequency domain. G of T, time domain, G of F is frequency domain. Okay, previous slide we have seen 2 tick marks. You can see 2 tick marks, time domain diagram, frequency domain diagram. In this, only that is enough if you remember. Now in this entire discussion, only 5 tick marks you have to remember. This diagram, okay, it is a pulse rectangular waveform. It's a frequency domain spectrum. In frequency domain, the diagram is called spectrum, and we are making it cut short, and this be the final diagram. Let means this be the final diagram. And then for impulse, this is the diagram in frequency domain spectrum. And this is the final equation. Okay, not equation, representation. In time domain, G of T is the representation. Frequency domain, G of F is the representation. Time domain, 6 tick marks are there in this slide, 6. In time domain, G of T is the representation. In frequency domain, G of F is the representation. Okay, you remember 6 tick marks in this slide. Now